We are entering a new era of conflict, where the ethical guardrails of private innovation meet the uncompromising demands of national defense. The standoff between Anthropic and the Pentagon isn't just a policy dispute, it is a fundamental clash between corporate conscience and sovereign command. Today, we explore how this friction is redefining the landscape of artificial war and what it means for the future of global security.
We are approaching a definitive inflection point. By February 2026, the tension between Anthropic's ethical guardrails and the Pentagon's demand for unrestricted access will reach a breaking point. This $200 million standoff represents the ultimate trade-off: safety-first innovation versus the raw requirements of national security. The resolution will not only impact this contract, but will set the global precedent for how frontier AI is integrated into, or excluded from, the future of modern warfare. January 2026 marked a critical inflection point. Operation Absolute Resolve didn't just test our tactical capabilities, it exposed a systemic rift between private sector AI ethics and kinetic military necessity. When vendor disapproval collided with operational reality, the resulting fallout at the Pentagon signaled a new era of strategic risk. We are now forced to reconcile a fundamental question: can national security survive the ideological friction of its own supply chain?
We are witnessing a critical collision between safety-first ethics and operational sovereignty. Anthropic embeds constitutional guardrails to prevent catastrophic misuse where laws fall short. Yet the Pentagon demands democratic authority, ensuring sovereign command remains absolute in high-stakes gray zones. The challenge for enterprise and defense leaders is clear. We must build systems that are ethically resilient without compromising the decisive speed required for national security.
Innovation requires clear boundaries. Anthropic has established two non-negotiable red lines to protect democratic values: no fully autonomous lethal weapons and no mass surveillance. By mandating human accountability and safeguarding individual privacy, we ensure AI remains a force for progress, not a tool for overreach. These safeguards aren't just ethical choices. They are the essential foundations for deploying AI safely and reliably across the enterprise.
National security demands operational certainty. We cannot permit corporate safety guardrails to supersede democratic oversight or compromise life-or-death missions. The mandate from leadership is clear: AI must support every lawful use case without exception. In a tactical environment, a vendor's policy cannot be the bottleneck for a critical decision. True sovereignty means ensuring our technology serves the mission fully and without restriction.
We are now looking at the government's ultimate leverage. This escalation moves from contract termination to the legal compulsion of the Defense Production Act and finally to a supply chain risk designation. This is the industry's nuclear option, an absolute blacklist from the entire U.S. defense ecosystem. These aren't just regulatory hurdles, they are existential threats designed to force total alignment. In this high-stakes environment, the cost of non-compliance is total market exclusion.
Systemic risk has reached a tipping point. When a domestic tech leader faces labels typically reserved for foreign adversaries, the contagion spreads instantly across the defense industrial base. This isn't just a policy shift, it's a potential mandate to rip and replace core intelligence from your workflows. The Pentagon is already demanding exposure audits. You cannot wait for the mandate. In this environment, your AI dependencies are no longer just tools. They are your greatest strategic vulnerability.
In the high-stakes intersection of technology and national security, integrity is the ultimate currency. Anthropic's refusal to yield to the Pentagon underscores a defining shift: the primacy of principled leadership over political pressure. While they remain committed to democratic defense, they have drawn an absolute line against enabling autocracy. This is a masterclass in corporate governance, proving that a mission is only as strong as the pressure it can withstand.
The $200 million DoD mandate has triggered a definitive industry realignment. We are witnessing a strategic fracture. While some labs maintain rigid ethical red lines, others are pivoting rapidly to meet national security requirements. This divergence marks the end of industry-wide consensus on AI safety. For enterprise leaders, the message is clear. Your choice of partner now dictates your ethical and operational posture in an increasingly militarized AI landscape.
Silicon solidarity marks a systemic shift in tech labor dynamics. From the 2018 Google walkouts to today's Anthropic ultimatum, we are witnessing a unified demand for ethical accountability. This collective pushback against unchecked military AI usage forces a critical question for every leader. How do we align our strategic ambitions with the ethical mandates of the talent driving our innovation? The era of building without consequence is over. We are operating in a geopolitical shadow where speed has become the ultimate strategic imperative. The Pentagon views AI development as a modern arms race, one where adversaries move without democratic guardrails. This creates a brutal tension, the fear that our commitment to safety and ethics might cost us our technological edge. In this environment, dominance isn't just a goal, it's a survival mechanism. We must lead with speed without losing our values.
The future of warfare is a battle for governance. We face two distinct precedents. One where the state exerts absolute control over code, and another where private tech firms become the world's primary moral arbiters. This represents a fundamental shift in the global power dynamic. The victor won't just win the war, they will define the moral and legal architecture of global security for decades to come. The era of private AI labs operating in a geopolitical vacuum is over. We have reached a critical standoff where corporate autonomy meets the hard realities of national security. In this age of artificial war, algorithms are no longer just commercial tools. They are instruments of state power. As the lines between innovation and defense blur, we must confront the ultimate question: who truly controls the mind of the machine?